Good morning, beautiful. Today, we're talking about the value of photographs. This is Larry with Southern Exposure, information and inspiration for the amateur photographer, where I share tips, lessons, and personal stories of my own photography journey. If that sounds interesting, please subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Okay, let's talk about the value of photographs. But I'm not talking about monetary value or Instagram likes. I'm talking about the true value of a photograph, what it means to us as a photographer and to our friends and family. A while back, I made a pretty non-traditional video about gear. My main point was to shoot with what you have, even if that's just a cell phone. Today, we're going to talk about some not so obvious reasons why it's important to eventually move beyond that. I've been taking pictures in one form or another for all of my adult life. Yet, when I look back at my archives, there's a stretch of several years where I just don't have that many pictures. It took me a minute to figure out why, and then it hit me. That hole in my photographic history directly coincides with the time in my life when I quit using a dedicated camera and took almost all of my pictures with whatever cell phone I had at the time. Here's an iPhone 4S, dead. Samsung S5, dead. Galaxy S6, dead. Almost all of the pictures that I took with those phones are lost forever. Now, they might be kicking around in some backup folder out there in the cloud, which I could probably never even find, let alone remember the password for, but what good is that? Now, being able to take pictures anytime, anywhere is a wonderful thing. But I think that when it becomes so easy to make an image without a second thought, we don't give those images a second thought, and that's a shame. They get lost, they get forgotten. You see, for many of us, a photograph's value doesn't lie in how much we could sell a print for or how much traffic it generates on social media. Its value lies in the memory that it holds. Think about it. What do we all take pictures of, especially when we're first starting out? Our friends, our family, our pets. Maybe it's a beach snapshot, or the time you happen to catch a candid portrait of that friend that really doesn't like to have their picture taken. Let's not forget the purpose of a photograph in the first place is to create a visual representation of a moment in time. And the older I get, the more aware I am of how quickly those moments slip through our fingers. I, for one, would like to have as many of those moments as possible preserved to look back on in years to come. So what does this have to do with cameras? Well, I think that when we buy a purpose-built camera, a technological marvel that's dedicated to doing one thing and doing it really well, we tend to take better care of the images we produce with it. It forces us to slow down a little as we transfer the files from our memory card to our computer. We organize them into folders that make sense to us. We edit the settings, tweaking things until it looks just the way we want it to. At the very least, most of us go through some sort of culling process, going through the images and deciding what we want to keep and what we want to pitch. I cull my photos in Lightroom using the flags, and it works well for me. But in addition to checking focus and exposure, which are the two main criteria I'm looking at on a first pass, I'm also looking at the images and trying to decide, is this a memory that I might want to be reminded of 20 or 30 years from now? Oh, detail's a little soft, background is too distracting, the subjects are cut off at the ankles? I don't care, because guess what? That's a photo of my 6-year-old daughter holding hands with her best friend, and there's no way I'm clicking the reject flag on that one. So head to the comments and let me know what you think about whether or not owning a camera has an impact on how you treat the images produced. Who knows, maybe it's a generational thing and the younger crowd takes perfectly good care of their cell phone images because that's what they're used to. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with someone that you think might appreciate it. Until next time, go out, take pictures, and have fun doing it. Thanks.